be a racist, guys. Racism is bad. No, get creepy. Get! Oh, go, go! I want two things! I want the two things no! Rachel read it and I died! I really had to die! We said it all the time. Bro, don't make me actually turn into your mom, bro. Whatever is your mom. This is sad. Amir's gonna turn into your mom. That's all.
Testing, testing.
Yeah, I'm him, bro. I am him. Dummy, I'm him. I'm him. You mean I'm a him?
Yeah, you're him, all right.
Yeah, Dummy, call me a him. I'm a him.
Welcome to my content on Amir's Gaming Studios. I am your host, Amada Sultan, and today we're here to react to the most cringe videos on YouTube. And right now, I'm just trying to set all this thing up. So right now, we're reacting. If you haven't seen my thumbnail, it's this video that EDP 445 has uploaded about his apology that recently, if you guys know, I'm not gonna dig into it. If y'all know, the history is what it is. We know that he went for a cupcake and tried to get that cupcake and have a good time with it. Let's just leave it at that. But right now there is a video surrounding him apologizing, and I just had to sit up here and just had to clown his ass for a few, because for a guy that has so much cojones, you think that a guy like him would at least try to stay away from the public view. But no, man, he'll try to find his way to crawl back to the internet. So let us go and watch this video. And my God, when I said the dude is funny, dude funny, bro. I can't even like sound him of what he is trying to go through. Like for a guy like him, he should just stop it. But here's the video that he allegedly, tried to apologize. So, to him saying that he's going through something, listen, I personally believe he is. I'm not gonna lie. I think that when you get caught for something like this egregious little act, you tend to think that people would want to change. And I'm not trying to sit up here and try to defend EDP. I mean, what he did was wrong. Um, but to see his family go through it, honestly, I don't view as a person. I think that's the most weak-minded thing to go through, especially if if it's somebody that had nothing to do, with his incident, particularly his family. But I see this video and I just had to literally watch it 3 times just to make sure what he was saying. And personally, in my opinion, this is all clickbait. This is all clickbait because he's trying to find his way or sneak his way back to the internet, and he'll do anything. This we've seen this happen before a couple times, and I just think that for him personally, in my opinion, bro, you need to just walk away, man. Walk away. Stop bothering people. I'm not saying just bothering people, but stop going on the internet and try to like inform or engage to talk to your fans from everybody knows what you did. And there's nothing you can come back to. And unfortunately, we live, in a world where, we're desperate. You need to make money, and making money isn't exactly the best thing you want to go through, especially in this public view eye. So, yeah, um, yeah. Full responsibility. Where were you when this happened 2 years ago? I remember he did a live stream with some couple of YouTubers a couple years ago. How he said that he didn't had any remorse for the situation, but for some reason, like a couple months or a year later, you're starting to regret it now. It's funny to me how this is the same guy that literally said that this was all acting, like none of this was real, and yet somehow, some way, a couple years later, he wants to admit. Like, it's already bad enough that you're caught on video. Last time I checked, it's already bad enough. But the fact that you're even engaging more shows how little pathetic weakness it is. And why is that? Like, at the end of the day, we know what you did. There's nothing you can come back from. But yet somehow, some way, you're finding and clawing the ways to get back to the internet. And it's just, to me, it's kind of sad. Ultimately, in the end of the day, this is a guy that literally had like what like 2-3 million subscribers, and now all that's taken away because of what you did, and somehow, some way, you're still continuing to do it. I'm not saying that he is. Don't get me wrong. I don't know what the hell he's doing now these days. But the fact that you got away, pretty much, going to prison, this shows how level and pathetic and weakness it is. The fact that you be getting back to most dudes, if they did shit like this, they'll try to find a way to stay away from media. But this dude somehow, some way will find a way to get back on media, which is crazy to me. So yeah, it is your fault. That's the thing. And yet you want to sit up here and think this is a surprise. Like, dude, you're like one of the most arguably one of the most known YouTubers probably in the last decade. I'm pretty sure nobody will freaking remember. Like you go into the streets in public and thinking that people won't recognize you is the most jokeable, laughable thing on the planet. Particularly if you're a dude that's been on the internet. Like, come on, dude. You can't. It's already bad enough that you already destroyed your image as it is, personally. But somehow, some way, you're finding ways to screaming back on the internet is laughable to me. It's completely shitty and laughable. But you know what? It's you, man. So go ahead and finish your content. I don't care. You don't. You don't want to what? Like what? Don't want to to view this public as a pedophile? That's what you are, buddy. You are a straight up pedophile. Like you can't even deny it. Like the whole world views you as that way, man. And your apology doesn't mean shit at this point. But somehow, some way, you're managing this. Keep saying this, man. Like, congratulations, man. Like you keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like it's crazy to me, bro. That people like you. It's amazing to me how we live in a world where people like you still watch you, and yet somehow, some way, they don't know manage to live their own lives. But yet somehow you find a way to sneak your way back your content. But go ahead, man. Congratulations, EDP. Do what you need to do, man. Yo, man. Look, all seriousness. If he's actually telling the truth, I pray for the brother, bro. Like I don't wish harm on people, bro. Especially for the people that are like very bad people. But yeah, what do you expect, bro? Like this won't happen again. You're funny. This would happen again. What Amir? What's the quote in the movie? Won't happen again. Those that happen once are those that happen twice, or something like that. Like, bro, stop. We're begging you, stop. Even I am coming on the internet and begging you to please to stop, man. Nobody cares. It happened. All right, live your life and stop embarrassing yourself because you're already embarrassing yourself more by even putting videos like this. Like, dude, we know what you did. You're lucky that you're not in prison right now. Like, to be honest, you're lucky you're not in prison right now. Because most dudes wouldn't even want to have the audacity to put their face on the camera. But for some reason, in your mental mind, like, it's either you blaming other people or blaming. It's like I've seen this shit before multiple times because I've seen it when people do this. When they can't take mistakes of their own accountability, they seem to blame other people for that. Trust me, I used to be like that too. All right, and where that lead me to? Nowhere. It blamed me to have no friends. It led me to not talking to people, and I'm not saying what I did is your worse because what you did is way worse than anybody else. Don't get me wrong, but this is some level as third ass straight up fake ass apology. Like you can't stop it. You're gonna have to find a way to put yourself through this, bro. Like stop it, man. This speaks enough, to be honest. Like I don't even know what to say anymore, bro. Let's just stop watching this because we're on YouTube and I don't want to get demonetized, you know. But let's react to Midnight's Edge. Shout out to my boys at Midnight's Edge, bro. You know these guys are like the best source on YouTube, bro. Like I heard that was it this movie? What is it? I just saw recently. I think it was The Sound of Freedom. Yo, that shit is like one of the most hardest shit to watch, and to watch that and realize that there are actually people like him that are addicted to that shit is low key kind of sad, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but it's some level unbelievable shit. So let me just get this taken care of. Sorry, I'm actually streaming on this type. But yeah, man, like literally, personally, I'm just gonna leave it at this. I'm gonna just personally say something. Like, people make mistakes. It's just it's plain and simple. I get it. People make mistakes, but there's also accountability of what those mistakes are. And the fact that you have led yourself to thinking that you're changing when reality you are just the same horseshoe dude that has been for years and you don't take accountability. What happened to this like a couple years ago? Why didn't you say this a couple years back? That's my only question. Why didn't you say this a couple years back? But you want to say it out now because now people are demonetizing you and people are treating you like shit and people are treating you as a pedo. You know, sorry to use those words on YouTube, but it's essentially what people are thinking of you at this point. No matter if that's cold public opinion or not. And that's the problem. And I've seen people like that personally. Well, not people like, EDP, but people like who doesn't take, accountability, especially if they got caught on something and they don't want to take it. So yeah, but outside of that, man, let's just move on, bro. And yeah, all the outside of the EDP stuff, I just want to talk about, if you've seen the demonetized on the video, you also know that there's tips because, depression. We live in a world where society has been going down, and personally, I want to sit up here and say, take the time for the people that personally are going through it. No matter how much you go through, no matter how much you go through, life, sometimes it's very shitty. Society is a brutal world out here. And I think that, when brutal it is, the more it becomes. And you just don't know how to manage that. And to me, there's a lot of people that doesn't know how to manage their lives and they don't know how to manage their things to do. And I think that if they could, we could be better outcome people in this world. So if you see the video tip below, I just want to say that if you're a person that's going through depression right now, be surrounded the best people you are. Even if they aren't the people that you typically don't talk to, be surrounded them, tell them how you feel, tell them exactly what you're going through, because you don't want to go downhill and feel alone. Trust me. I used to be like that all the time. I'm incredibly blessed to have friends that I can talk to, people, family that I can come and tell them what I feel, and not be ashamed by it. Because I feel like a lot of people these days, they don't feel ashamed. They feel like they should be ashamed of what they want to tell. And I think at the end of the day, that's bullshit. I think if you're going through something, if you're going through a problem, let somebody know, man. Talk to help. Talk to somebody. Get the help you need. Because at the end of the day, that's what you need, bro. We're all human, and human, as being human, sometimes we have those, characteristics. And whatever you're going through, talk it out, and just live your life, man. Like I never got the chance. Like, literally, I came out here and I didn't think I was capable of doing a live stream on YouTube. Literally, and I did it anyway because I felt like I wanted to. Trust me, no matter what is stopping you or your dreams, just do what you want to do, bro. Because at the end of the day, it's what it is and it is what it is. So let's move on and react to my boys at Midnight's Edge, man. Shout out to my boys at Midnight's Edge, though, low key. Shout out to them, bro. Cause to me one of the best sources on YouTube, bro. So we're gonna react to video that they posted recently about the strike going on. So those of you know what's going on, there is a strike going on in Hollywood, particularly in the world of entertainment, where the actors and writers are going on strike. So the writers are going on strike, particularly for a number of reasons, because due to pay and stuff like that, and also the actors. And we just found out a couple of weeks ago that one of the Netflix stars of, I think, The Orange Is the New Black, um, came out publicly and saying that when she was working on the show, she got paid, didn't get paid as much as she was supposed to get when she was on the show. And there's residuals. And normally on a traditional television series back in the day when there was TV going on, if you did like a certain number of seasons, particularly let's say 4 or 5 seasons, you would, and the show would go on, let's say, on a different network or so, there would be residuals. It's probably because advertisement, stuff like that. And now today's age, we live in a world where streaming, where some of these shows that are being made, they're not getting residuals off. And personally, in my opinion, when it comes to residuals, I feel like that if you're an actor, if you're getting paid either way, you're getting paid either way to do the job. It's just any other job. And I think that with residuals, I think they tend to be over the line, because if that's the case, then why hasn't, you know, homeowners, real estate agents don't get residuals for selling a home? Or why isn't people that work at a fast restaurant don't get residuals? And I think that when it comes to that, and that's a separate topic alone, but that's something else to say. But I just think with residuals, that's something that personally I don't tend to think should be necessary. But at the end of the day, I get it. People want have the money, because at the end of the day, I put that effort on the show, and I get it. But it's just not that fitting, and then obviously the person of AI, which I do not like. I think personally, the one thing I do agree with the actor strikeness about this, is the fact that likeness should be forbidden from studios using it. So, like, say if you're an actor and they say they're not willing to put you in a movie, but they're able to use your likeness, such as your appearance, stuff like that. But that's not you. I personally believe that should be an absolute battle against the studios. I don't think the studios should ever, ever, ever use somebody else's likeness without their permission. And if they do, they should get certain payouts of using their likeness in a footage, like a movie or something, if they're not using it or not. That's something I agreed for years. I've been staying on point, but I'm not the people overhead of corporations. So let's react to the video of Over Midnight's Edge. They were obviously talking about this strike going on, and it's been crazy. So Oh, wait. I mean, you can blame Chapek one way or the other, but even with Chapek, I still think the movies were not that much good, especially in quality. Like, I know a lot of people want to blame Chapek for adding too much quality on their products, but like at the end of the day, they are a movie studio. They are a studio. They are here to put out product. And I know that a lot of people saying, well, they got to stop putting out too much content. Well, if that's the case, half of those projects would have either been not being greenlit or they're either greenlit without Kim Feige consent. And that is what glued me. So let's get back to what Bob Iger was about to say. So
I mean, you eat your waffle. And there's no way you get a million. Get one. I have experience. This is a meat. This is a meat. Oh, this is meat. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to walk back.
No, no. Right.
Wow.